Does anyone have a question? Have a question? Well, it's not easy to respond to silence, but it's really kind of better than most things. The quiet, the inner quiet, the depth of inner quiet, detachment from the objective world and opening to higher energy in the universe. It requires silence inside. It requires a mind that's not noisy, emotions that aren't eating us up, uh, physical things that aren't eating us up. And it's that silence, that in that silence, there's really the greatest depth of knowledge and wisdom that just emanates from energy that is beyond all human comprehension. Does anyone have a question? And questions are good too. They really kind of unlock things in myself that can be extremely profound. Things I don't even know are there sometimes come up when people ask questions. It's all good. Silence, questions, talking, it's all part of calming God and living in the world. And okay, there are no questions.
Stuart, I have a question.
Oh, okay, good.
The um, the energy that emanates from your latest book um, is very different and goes into much different territory. How best to digest this other this new level of energy of the book?
Well, I think the best way to do it, Bob, is the same way that I kind of wrote it. I mean, the energy in that book and what I talk about is in every single person sitting here. Understand? And as you open, it's like peeling an artichoke, you take leaves and then you get to the heart. We open and we really remove those layers of tension, of, stuff that we have just repressed for most of our lives and allow the source of creative energy to manifest inside us. And I think if you really want to understand what I've written, you have to approach it that way. What can I do in myself to grow because of what I'm reading in this book? How deep can I go? Because, the deeper you go, the deeper the interpretations of things will be. Because the book is not written on one level. It's written for somebody to understand exactly where they are in life. And at the same time, if you go a little bit deeper, then there's another understanding. And if you go a little deeper into yourself, there's another understanding. And that's how the book was written. And if you truly want to benefit from it, it requires a bit of surrender inside. Let go. There's a lot of energy in that book. The words just come off the page, and hit you with Shakti. Open up inside. Let the Shakti go deep inside you and enable you to truly grow inside yourself. Then there'll be a whole different kind of understanding. There'll be a clarity that is very important, not only in understanding the book, but in living one's life. How to take any situation, whatever it is, and use it as a way of growing. And I think this is really essential. And the teachings go, look, frankly, I don't even know where they come from. But this higher energy has used me as a force to create this book. That I can pass on the miracle of what Rudy's work really is. Because it's a miracle what he created and he left to us. And I finally decided the world has to know about this. You read the news and all the crap they write about and all the nonsense that goes on in the world. And here's something that is so miraculous and so powerful and so profound that it can simply transform the life of anybody who's willing to learn it. Anybody. It can take somebody out of the darkest and deepest levels of their own ignorance and insecurity and turn them into an amazing human being. And it's what Rudy created. And I finally just said, it's enough already. There are all these people that do Rudy's work. Every one of them could benefit from this book, although I never hear from any of them. They're teachers, I'm kind of used to that, so it's all right. But it's a book that could help people. It was written to help people. Rudy left this meditation to us so it could help us grow spiritually. And I think it's very sacred, and I think that it's time for the world to know about it, for people to see what is really possible if they learn how to develop a chakra system, if they learn how to use their breath consciously, if they learn how to use all the tools they're born with consciously. And if at some point they develop a need to truly have a spiritual life, maybe the book will ignite that need in another human being. Then it was worth writing. Even if it's only one person. So you're not going to understand the book I wrote in your head. It'll just if you try to rationalize the things I've written in that book, you're going to go crazy, if you open your heart and you get centered inside and allow the words, the energy, the Shakti to go deep you will get an understanding of life that transcends anything the human mind can comprehend. And I said it before, I didn't even write this book. It was Rudy and Nityananda that wrote this book. They just used me for it to come into the world. And now I'm asking them both for the strength to deal with what is possible can happen in my life at this point in my life, Every class I ask them for that strength. to help me deal with whatever is going to take place because of this book that I've written. I don't know. Maybe nothing will take place. And then I have to have strength to deal with that too. You know? And then, I have to be very grateful for the work that Bob and Kenny did. I mean, I got an email from some friends in Europe, in Paris, who, got a copy of the book, and they talked about how beautiful the cover was and how precious it was that I, used, Rudy and explored the depth of Rudy's work and how it affected my life. And it was very touching what they wrote to me, how they're going to put it by their bed and read it every night. It's very, very moving to hear people tell you that. But the cover that Kenny designed is extremely beautiful and very simple, and yet very compelling. And the work Bob is doing to get the EPUB book, the ebook published, it's a lot of work that they've invested in this, and I have a lot of gratitude to them both for doing that. So I don't know, look, every person that reads a book like this has to approach it differently because every person is unique and different. There just has to be a level of surrender, of depth, and more than anything else, a need to have a spiritual life. That need will take you very deep inside yourself, not only from the book, but from these classes and from everything you do during the day. I hope it's clear, because I can't do a rational interpretation of what I wrote. It's a logic that transcends the logic of the mind, what came out of me. And yet, years of writing and years of putting books together, I had the craft to put it all together and make a wholeness out of it, a oneness out of it. We'll see. I hope a lot of people read it, for God's sake. I mean, can't do any damage to anybody. Somebody once asked me, he said, well, what's the market for your book? I said, 8 billion people. It's the marketplace for that book. 8 billion people. Does anyone else have a question? So God bless you all, because, in my acknowledgments, I acknowledge you all. People that have attended the classes, the Zoom classes, and through their questions and the deep work they're doing on themselves, it extracted from me whatever's in that book. So every single one of you has been acknowledged in that book. Thank you, and bless you. There'll be meditation tomorrow at 1, and then Wednesday at 7:30. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone. God bless you all. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Mm.
Thank you.
Good night.